When it comes to your career, I feel like Spirit is really asking you right now to take back control of your life, really to step into that Emperor energy. And I'm feeling like for a lot of you guys, you may feel, I think your thoughts may be getting the best of you. And I think for a lot of you guys, you may be feeling trapped in the position that you're at, trapped sort of where you're at, maybe just in your career. And I feel like Spirit is like, one, we really need you to take some time to honestly, like, I feel like meditate. I honestly feel like for some of you guys, you may need to go out into nature more because it's the Queen of Pentacles. You may need to go out into nature more. You may need to maybe just have a self-care day where you're just like traveling to maybe just a different town, maybe to a different city. If you live in New York like me, maybe to a different borough, maybe going upstate, going somewhere. I feel like Spirit is like, we need you to really take yourself out. I think what's going to help you to get you out of your mind is to really change the location, change the scenery that you're at, so you can look at things differently. Because I feel like you're trying to figure out what is going to give me the most peace, what's going to bring me harmony, what's going to give me the stability that I need. But what Spirit is really saying is you need to find that inner stability within yourself. You need to bring yourself back down to feeling more grounded in order to finally figure out what the next steps are for you. I really feel like that Spirit is like, what are the next steps for you? But it's about getting clear. It's about getting grounded. And it's also not about like thinking the worst case scenarios and being so hard on yourself. I also feel like what's happening for you guys is you're sort of working through some sort of imposter syndrome. I feel like that's what's also happening for you guys. Yeah, like I feel like with the Empress card, like it's more so I feel like Spirit is really asking you to get grounded, to like secure and solid, because I feel like what's happening right now is you're insecurities are kind of bubbling up to the surface, and with I feel like the King of Swords Spirit is really asking you to get a hold of this. It's almost like what Spirit is really challenging you right now in your life is to really start working through those insecurities, really start working through that negative self-talk when it comes to the Eight of Swords, thinking the worst case scenario, running with the worst case scenario, thinking that you're not good enough, thinking that you're trapped. It's like you have so much negativity, I feel like, for yourself. I feel like I'm speaking to people where you're so damn hard on yourself. You're so damn hard on yourself. And I feel like you're needing to start nurturing yourself. You're needing to be like, you need to start being kinder to yourself. And it really starts with your mind. So I think it really would be beneficial to work with affirmations, and maybe there's like imposter syndrome affirmations to work through. Maybe there's confidence affirmations that you may want to put on. But I think what's happening right now is I think also speaking about it to somebody that you feel comfortable talking to, I think that might be beneficial, whether that's like maybe you have a mentor or teacher, or maybe just even sharing your story. If you are a public speaker, I feel like what Spirit is really asking you right now is to get out of your own comfort zone, which is feeling insecure. I'm going to be honest, sometimes at work. And I feel like Spirit is like, you are too talented to keep pushing yourself down. And I think it's about you really working through these invisible barriers that keep you stuck and really setting yourself free. I think that's what it is, where Spirit is wanting you to break free of these invisible chains, but it's what's happening mentally. And like I said, maybe you might need to work with somebody. It could be a therapist, but maybe you might need to work with. But I feel like Spirit is really asking you to start shifting the narrative you have about yourself and what you're capable of doing when it comes to your career. I don't know if some of you guys are also business owners, because like I said, the overall energy was Emperor, and the Empress came out as well too. Or if you're curious about like being an entrepreneur, like Spirit is like, stop letting the fear dictate what your career can look like, or the trajectory of your career. I also feel like too, like Spirit doesn't want you to allow, like I said, whatever your temporary circumstances is to dictate, like I said, the trajectory of your career. It kind of goes back to like the message of the day that I did the other day, where spirit is like, if you are thinking that you are the luckiest person in the world, that is what you're going to attract for yourself. I think that's where it is, where I feel like you've been attracting, whether you realize this or not, subconsciously, like workplace scenarios or jobs or workplace environments where you felt trapped, where you didn't feel seen, where you did feel like people are not recognizing your potentials, or where you maybe felt like people are judging you so harshly or don't think that you're capable of doing these things. And it's because it's your subconscious programming. And that's why Spirit is wanting you to correct that so that you can get into these healthier environments, so that you don't feel like every day is a battle or a fight mentally, or could be with in a toxic environment. I feel like that's what you're headed towards with the Six of Wands. I feel like victory, I feel like success, but it involves you really examining the ways in which you beat yourself down and how you've been hurting yourself. But I feel like you're going to, like I said, be like on target. I feel like you're going to be on target with, like I said, the inner work that you're doing. I do feel like you're going to be getting your justice. You saw me shuffle. So I feel like you are going to be getting your justice. I think this is part of your glow up, if you want me to be real with you, where I feel like spirit is like, we've been wanting this for you. We've been wanting you to start this journey. We've been wanting you to be kinder to yourself, to start allowing your creativity to shine, to start having fun, to be playful again, to go after your dreams, go after what it is that brings you joy, that you desire. I think for a lot of you guys, you also were working in jobs that really weren't serving you as well too, and it's time for you to give yourself justice. It's time for you to give yourself justice. And it's okay if with the moon, you're not really sure what the path looks like next. That is totally fine. Spirit is just really asking you, especially with the Page of Cups coming out here too, really just to trust your intuition. And it's okay if like certain insecurities rise, certain fears or certain anxieties rise. It's okay. It's okay. It's stuff for you to work through. So it's like spirit doesn't want you to freak out if like maybe you do get a position, you're not sure if this is something that you're capable of doing. You won't know until you try. I think that's where it is. Where spirit is like, you won't know until you try, and it's time for you to start taking back control of your life. It's time for you to start taking actions towards the things that you feel like are bringing you happiness, are bringing you joy, are showcasing your full skills. It's time for you to start going after positions where you feel like you're making a difference in this world. You're living up to your full potential. So trust yourself, trust your intuition, give yourself justice, and start working through these, like I said, mental barriers that, you know, we all have stuff that we're working through. So just don't judge yourself so harshly, okay? So if this resonates, thank you for commenting down below. Thank you for liking the video. Thank you for following. And if you would like to work with me, the link is in my bio. And until next time, bye.